The Kindle, unkind to people with disabilities. There is a controversy that iReport is exploring today about the popular electronic device that has some people pretty peeved. Henry Hanks is joining us from our CNN.com newsroom. So Henry, what is this all about?
Yeah, Richard Gaskin, one of our prolific iReporters, he's an advocate for the disabled. He brought our attention to this protest which took place the other day in New York by the Authors Guild. Now, the Authors Guild had a problem with Amazon's Kindle, which would allow text-to-speech possibility for people to hear someone reading the book to them. They said this was a violation of copyright. They were going to give publishers the option to opt out of this possibility to allow people to hear the book being read, and the advocates for the disabled were not pleased with that. They went to New York. They went to the Authors Guild in New York and held a protest. Let's take a look at that video.
It's an important protest right now that I'm at, and they're trying to take the speech out of books so people who cannot see the words can't be able to hear the words. Now, that type of discrimination is not something that people in my situation or anybody's situation should stand for. So we have to protest in front of the Authors Guild so we can keep the speech text inside of books.
For too long, it has taken months and years to get any kind of text in an accessible form. The Kindle, too, offers the first real manner in which we can make text accessible to people with all kinds of disabilities very easily for the same price as everybody else.
Because of my situation, if you can see or not see, it doesn't matter. But I cannot hold this mic with a firm grip. So I may not be able to hold a book with a firm grip. So I need that text to speech to be able to hear what I need to learn.
Now that's Richard himself there, who was one of the speakers at the protest. Since then, the Authors Guild released a statement calling this protest unfortunate and unnecessary. They said that they have actually say that there is an exception to copyright law, which would actually allow those with visually impaired disabilities to hear the books, to hear audio books, and they encourage people to use technology that it would make this much easier, and that this was something that didn't really have to happen.
And we should probably, we're kind of assuming everyone knows what a Kindle is, but essentially
Right.
It's a device made by Amazon that is an electronic book. So
It's sort of an iPod for books.
There you go. Yeah, you can download many books to one little electronic device, and you can read those books on a computer-like screen. So that's the device, and that's the controversy. Interesting. I'm
Right.
sure Amazon will also have something to say about this. Have we heard from them? Do we know?
No, Amazon made no comment. They gave in to the Authors Guild when the Authors Guild first raised a fuss over this, and that's sort of where all this fury began, when Amazon agreed to it. And so it continues, but we'll have to see if they're continuing. I've heard they might be continuing to do protests in other places, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, so switching subjects for a second, what are you guys asking for today from your iReporters?
Well, you know, when people travel on business a lot these days, and but there's lots of new technology and new ways to keep in touch with friends and family. If you're on the road, if you're traveling for business all the time, how exactly do you keep in touch with your friends back home, your family back home? We're wanting to know people what methods they use, and if they go to iReport.com and let us know what share us a video to show us how they keep in touch.
Henry Hanks from our iReport desk. Henry, thank you.
Thanks a lot.